One thing that I've always liked is when games take a simple idea and make something special out of it. For example, Super Monkey Ball being much like those tilting marble toys but turned it into a fun, engaging arcade game, or how Wii Sports uses motion controls to make a new type of sports game and a fantastic tech demo. And recently, well, not too recently since I've been following this game's development for a while, but still, I've played a game that's managed to capture that same concept of taking something very simple and then taking it the whole mile. It's a little game called Boom Buster. Created by Tollglass, or more specifically Vinny Kalski and Miles Day, Boom Buster is an action-packed platformer based off the Sword and Explode minigame from the Mario DS titles, but also with various other assortment of great inspirations. Boom Buster is one of the most fun, simplistic, but creative and challenging games I've played in a while, and what makes it even more impressive is that it's just a demo at the moment. I've made this video to quickly talk about what I love about this game, and also encourage you to give some money to the Kickstarter. I'd love to see this thing get funded. So enough of these intro shenanigans, let's get into the game and what makes it rock. In Boom Buster, you play as the titular Buster, and with the aid of his GF Bridget, you gotta sort out bombs since the wizard stole their bombs. But why, you may ask? Who is this wizard? Why did he devilishly steal our protagonist's bombs? Well, because of all the constant racket from Buster and Bridget blowing stuff up because it's their job, the wizard was unable to sleep, so he decided to snatch all their bombs so he can finally get some EP. So now you gotta get them back and not get yourself blown up in the process. The gameplay of Boom Buster is pretty simple. You got a single screen of space, you can jump, spin, dash, and slide. You can also backflip in Boom Buster. It's a very important move. I forgot to mention it in the initial video. Whoopsies, sorry. Bridget will drop down bombs so you gotta pick them up, then drop them in their respective zone. Dropping them in the wrong zone will damage you, and as well as enemies being afoot that can damage you. The gameplay loop involves trying to get the most points you can, manage enemies, and make sure none of the bombs explode. Boom Buster is kind of a game about performing under pressure of a lot of stuff working against you, but since bomb and enemy spawns are the same each time, you can learn the patterns, overcome them, and even play more risky for higher combos. For example, you can hold multiple bombs and dropping them all in at once gains a cash bonus. But once again, the bombs have short fuses, so do you want to risk it by waiting for another bomb of the same type? Or will you settle for a safer play but a lower score? And don't forget the other ones that are stationary might go off as well. It's a real fun game of risk and reward as well as managing and memorization that will have you coming back for high scores for a while now. You can get real frantic late into a stage, but that feeling of overcoming a screen you're stuck on is really satisfying. There are some tools to help you overcome the challenges though, like how you can spin to knock out enemies, or some can be jumped on. You also have a nuclear meter, which builds up over time, and once it's charged up, you can press a button to go nuclear, which will make you invincible for a while and make you knock out enemies. It's quite helpful if you're getting overwhelmed by enemies and need to clear them out, since having too much on screen can make getting around real tough. Speaking of getting around stages, you have a very limited amount of moves, but if you string them together just right, you can get some real mileage out of them and it can be real smooth. Your moves may not give you blazing fast speeds, but it works in great tandem to the gameplay and level design, as they make great usage of your arsenal. For example, with bomb spawns that are purposely designed for you to slide or backflip or dash to get them. There are also some coins and foods that can appear for extra score, but they have small time limits, so it's rewarding when you remember their timing and placement in order to grab them. It may seem like a lot of things at once, but it all flows together so smoothly you don't even seem to notice it, and I was still having fun even when failing over and over. It's got a real good knack to it. I'm also not sure how I didn't originally mention this in the script, but there's lots of incredibly fun level mechanics and gimmicks. The gimmicks add a really fun sense of variety in the levels, and maybe it's good that I forgot to talk about them so you can play the demo yourself and mess around with them yourself to figure out what they do, because they're quite a fun time. Another great factor of Boom Buster is the amazing visuals and music. The game has a very colourful and fun style, and the character designs are also very memorable, and the backgrounds stand out with great detail but don't distract you from the gameplay for too long. It's a pretty looking game, and I think it's aided by how all the visuals are hand-drawn and then digitized to pixel art. It really gives it a popping out cartoon look. Heck, even the plot is cartoony. It feels like an old Sunday morning cartoon turned into a video game. One thing that also elevates the visuals is this game's amazing soundtrack. Due to Miles being both the artist and composer for this game, I can say the soundtrack is such a perfect fit to the visuals style. These bopping tunes with lots of samples really amplify the explosive gameplay and aesthetic. My favorite song has to be for the rooftop evening sections. Take a listen. I also really enjoy some of the other songs, like the title screen theme. and the tutorial team. Overall, the soundtrack really helps establish such a strong feel and aesthetic for this game, and I really can't wait to hear the rest of it. This game also has an amazing, strong overall aesthetic. You can really feel the creator's love for the thing that they're making, and I think that's great to see in creations like this. If anything I've said so far interests you, you should definitely check out Boom Buster. It's a real fantastic game, and I'm really hoping to have it see the light of day. So once again, if you're able to, throw a couple bucks to Kickstarter. But if you can't, that's completely fine. Tell your pals about it and play the demo. It's a real fun time. The Kickstarter's already at 50% in the first couple of days, so I believe we can get it fully funded and smash some of those extra stretch goals. Playable Bridget, online, endless mode, playable wizard, and even more would be amazing. Overall, I'm really excited for Boom Buster, and I see good luck for the future of it. With other games like Pizza Tower and Anton Blast, I think we are really in a golden era of new great 2D platformers, and I'm hoping we can see many more amazing games like this in the future from passionate folks like Vivi and Miles. I've been Vivi, I'll see you all later, stay silly, and stay safe. Bye!